Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I know I've been away for about just over a week, but I did have some personal business to take care of, but I am back now. So much has happened and there's so much to talk about. And if you hear that slight clanging in the background, that happens to be my radiator because it is a chilly 38 degrees in New York, of course. However, what I do want to talk about is this right here. Um, the man on screen is Hassan Campbell. He is a YouTuber of some notoriety, to be sure. He was able to gain quite a following with his allegations concerning, um, how would you say, well, I guess child abuse might be the way to say it, although supposedly he was a little older. But at the hands of allegedly Africa Bambaataa, right? That compilation with his his grandiose stories of being an ex-hood, so to speak, just to make the intro kind of short. I had a guy from the ghetto who made it out to the suburbs, one of those stories. My only problem is, why would you leave and, come hang out in the hood? I mean, mind you, I have seen some of his content in the past, and I had to, of course, watch it because, you never look how much further down the line, and I'm talking about him. All right, but a lot of the things I saw was him telling of these war stories from the streets and how, people of his age, they have not really set a good example for the youth coming up. So many guys in prison, single parent homes, coming up during the crack era, lots of teens having to fend for themselves because their parents were strung out junkies, that kind of way. So, to be sure, it is a hard story, right? For anybody that's heard directly from a person that came up during that era, especially if you came from Harlem, if your family was poor, right? Very hard life. Yeah, not pretty at all. However, you make it out, right? And that is the hero's story, right? The struggle and then the triumph. So my question is, why come back? Right? I live in the Bronx. Listen, let me get my 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom, possibly indoor or outdoor pool. Who the hell cares? Huge backyard, huge front yard, house up in the suburbs. And then you ask me to come to the hood, and let me tell you what my answer will be. No. That's it. No. For what? If I make it as, out of the city, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. For what possible reason? A, if I make it out, that means my children, or should I not say if, right? Scratch that. When I make it out, my kids are coming with me, right? No reason for them to stay behind and just me move myself up, right? That's not going to happen. So that being said, if the most important people to me, right, are up there as well, what is the reason to come back? And to go hang out on the block in front of the old projects? For what? I think a lot of it goes back to what he said about not having role models. Because even now, right, you have people who live out in the suburbs, but they're terrible role models. Right? You have the likes of the rappers that come to the block to shoot their videos. Right? They make all this poisonous music, and then when you tell them about it, they have an attitude. Right? Like a bunch of 16-year-old girls, right, in high school. That's what they sound like, honestly. I remember what it was like dealing with girls in high school. That is exactly what they sound like. Bunch of 16-year-old girls arguing. I don't get the allure. And then on the other side of that, you have those who have also done well, and they seem to just be involved in the most, sketchy sort of behavior, a la P. Diddy, right? And the like. Will, what's his name? Dwayne Martin. Oh, all the names. All right, so there's that side, and there's the other side, just, bunch of hood boogers that they can't grow up. And I don't like that. Where is the story of the guy who, he left, went out to the suburbs, loves it there, stays there. But we always see the extremes, right? We have, what's his name, son, grew up in the suburbs his whole life because his father did, so well financially. He wants to be out there talking about like like he's a rapper from the streets or some shit like that. Like, come on, man. Do you realize how good you have it? You are living more or less the American dream, which is really, if you don't know the financial system and how to really keep your wealth and then pass it on, it is pretty much a dream that you don't achieve. But if you do, and if you know what to do, where to put your money, how to invest, things like that, then of course it lasts, right? But that's pretty much it. That's what everybody wants. You want your house out in the suburbs. You want your kids to go to this safe school, right, where they can learn something, right, that they're interested in. Marketing, business, especially if you already have a business as a parent, and you want to pass that on to them. Accounting, keeping the books, whatever the case is. But yeah, you make it out, man. Why come back? For what? People couldn't pay me enough to come back. I'm out. And listen, if you're out, right, and there's somebody that you feel like you have left behind for some reason, if you cannot trust this person to visit where you at because you think like they might disclose the location, what they saw there, then guess what? That person don't need to be at your home, and you don't need to go visit them. So, even then, what's the reason for coming back? You have a huge backyard. Hey, y'all want to have the reunion? All right, we're going to have it in my backyard. Now, I'm not coming to no park down in wherever. Nah. Guys want to do up family only? All right, come on up. Come on. Yeah, man, I don't get the allure. As a person that has spent so many years in the city and seen, how it's been over the years and the kind of things that have happened. And for me to also have had the opportunity, to go to places upstate, just see how things are different. Even go out of state, just to places that are somewhat, well, they say move at a slower pace. Totally different life. Now, there's a lot of people on social media saying that he did this for clout. I do not know that one way or another. What I do know is what I see here, and I didn't watch the video. I'm not going to post any of it. But it says here, streamer shot. YouTuber Hassan Campbell shot during live stream as chilling video shows him being rushed to the hospital. Now that's that, right? Look at this part. This is the part that I was like, oh, okay. The NYPD confirmed to your son that the controversial internet personality was struck in one shoulder before taking himself to the hospital. So, this is one thing that you have to look for when you hear stories like that, right? You always need to hear about confirmation from the local PD. And if this is accurate, then I mean the Sun, they got a quote from them. So, anyways, I just think that if you get a chance to suburbs, you can do better than coming back here and just, you know, say you're outside and you're on the block and it's where you from, blah blah blah. Nah, man, you don't need to do that. Stay where you at in the suburbs and enjoy your lawn, your backyard, your front yard. All right, it's getting cold. Go put on what is it, Netflix or Prime Video. I don't know, something. You know, like I said, today is pretty cold. Right? So, yeah, it's been kind of cold. Temperature keeps dropping, but find something to do inside. Find something to do inside. You got kids, stay inside with your kids. Do some puzzles or some shit like that. I don't know. Whatever people in the suburbs do when they're home. Just figure that out. But yeah, man, stay out of the city. There's a whole bunch of wolves out here. People is hungry. Economy's bad. You know, jobs ain't what they used to be. Inflation, all these things. They don't, it's not a good mix. All right, you from here, you still living here, trying to do what you gotta do to make moves. But apart from that, if you make it out, Godspeed, man. Godspeed. Do your do. Anyways, until next time, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope he's okay. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I don't wish bad for people in general, regardless of the gutter or the slum that they have come from. All redeemable if, we would like to be, of course, right? Because you can come from shit, make something of yourself, and be a better person, right? Parents could have been drunks and junkies. That doesn't mean that you have to be, right? So strive to do better. Like the content, share it with everybody you know, of course. And if you're here on YouTube with me, of course, subscribe, or might see us on Rumble. I don't know, wherever you see that. Just hit that subscribe button. Join me for this journey. Until next time, peace.